want to outline the speech so it's easy for the listeners to follow. The second objective is making sure the speech is clear, supporting material. Third is has transitions that effectively promote the speech. And his fourth objective is to have a strong opening and conclusion. So when you write notes down, you write notes to Carlos and give them to me, and I'll use them to evaluate. So there should be some notes in front of you to write down things you see that you do well, things that you might want to work on next time. Carlos Munez, right? Munez, right? Carlos, his topic is, his introduction is the less trodden path. Has always been a shy person. I found it difficult to speak in public. The fear of ridicule prevented him from effectively searching for opportunity to enhance his career. He joined Toastmasters to find ways to deal with that fear. He also had the opportunity to watch his niece to learn to walk. That experience, in some words from Thomas Alva Edison, inspired him to write this speech. Now, about what to do Toastmasters, Thomas Edison, an 8-month-old girl having common. I'll let Carlos explain. The less trodden path. Carlos, the less trodden path.
When Thomas Alva Edison was asked about the countless attempts that, when Thomas Alva Edison was asked about his countless attempts to successfully develop the light bulb, he replied, "I have not failed. I have found 10,000 ways that don't work. Those attempts were needed for him to find the right approach. They were the cause of his success." Should we choose an option just because it's safe? Or should we risk failure in an attempt to reach a higher goal? When I chose to join Toastmasters, that was a decision I had to make. Had I been the kind of person that preferred to play it safe, I would probably not have joined an organization that expects me to stand up and confront my fear of addressing a crowd. It would have been safer for me to remain in my seat, or even better, back home. But I saw this opportunity because I wanted, I needed to confront that fear. I've always believed that in order to have success, you have to accept failures. Failures are not something that just happen on the road to success. There is a nexus between failure and success. Failures are the stepping stones on that road. As Soichiro Honda, founder of Honda Motor Corporation, said, success is the 1% that results from the 99% that we call failure. Fear of failure is not something we are born with. Just pay attention to how a kid learns to walk. Recently, I had the pleasure of watching my niece, Adriana, during the weeks when she was learning to walk. She was safe and secure sitting on the floor. She didn't need to walk, but she wanted. So she tentatively stood up, and immediately she fell. At that point, sometimes she cried, but sometimes she even laughed, as if enjoying some private joke. When she tried again and again. When she finally managed to stand up, she had only achieved half her battle. She still needed to master the mystery of putting all her weight in one foot and moving the other forward. This, I presume, will also involve innumerable failures, followed by cries of pain, and sometimes by the laughter of her discovering her own potential. As soon as we learn to speak, we are taught that failure is bad. In sports, we might tell our children that winning is not important. they hear from the bleachers are demands that they must win, or derogatory terms if they dare to fail. How can we achieve anything if we allow ourselves to fail? See? We attend for success, but we accept failure for what it is, an indication that something could be improved. We don't fear failure. We accept that the task involves risk. Accepting that risk is involved allows you to manage it. As a software developer, I was taught that in order to manage risk, you follow certain steps. You clearly identify the risk. You define steps that could be taken to prevent it from happening. You define steps that allow you to mitigate the damage if it does occur, and you define the probability that it will occur in reality. These give you a game plan of how to deal with the risk. The other thing you can do to manage risk is to divide the task into manageable subtasks. We didn't reach the moon in the Mercury project, and we didn't try to. The Mercury, Gemini, and Apollo projects were examples of managed risk. His mission built on the success of the previous one. His mission did something that was never done before. There were risks, as the Apollo 1 and the Apollo 13 clearly proved. But we knew what the risks were. We were prepared the best that we could, and we went forward. Does this relate only to great and important projects? Not necessarily. My wife, Estrella, she's the kind of person that eats only at a restaurant where she has eaten before, or that somebody has recommended. That way she's sure she will have a great eating experience. I, on the other hand, usually prefer to eat at a different place each time. Sometimes the only thing that I know is the name on the front door, and that the place looks okay from the outside. That gives me a variety of eating experience. Back in San Juan, I bowed to my wife's desires, and we went to eat only at places that she chose. But here in Atlanta, she had a problem. The only places with names that she recognized were Burger King and McDonald's. Now, there is nothing wrong with those places, but you don't invite your wife for a romantic dinner there. So she agreed to go every week to a different place. There were some disasters, more than one upset stomach, and at least one serving waitress. But we also found some great eating experience. When you are attempting any complex task, don't let the fear of potential failure stop you. Prepare yourself. Identify the risk. Define the steps to prevent it from happening. Define mitigating steps in case it does happen. Remember the words that Dale Carnegie. The person who goes farthest is generally the one who dares to do, generally the one who is willing to do and dare. The surest in both is never reach far from the shore. Above all, accept the fact that in order to have success, you may have to walk the path less trodden. Thank you.
Thank you, Carlos. Wow, I appreciate that. Great speech. Great speech.
Thank you. All right.